Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome back to Satisfactory as I stare at the blight that is my copper production. Compared to what the rest of the base is turning into, I forgot I had a backyard to this place, and I probably need to do something about that. However, that is gonna have to wait because we are still dealing with our fuel problem, which means that I'm gonna have to do something. Now, I had a plan. That's the photo mode. Yeah, there we go. I did, in fact, have a plan. I had a plan that was going to give me just a minimal amount, like maximum amount of fuel without a whole lot of rigmarole. Except I need the blender for that, and I forgot that the blender is hiding in here. So we are going to have to go back to the packaged diluted fuel, which does not require a blender. It's a little bit more steps involved. It's also something that I'm 100% prepared for, because that is my good old standby fuel blueprint system, and that is what I'm gonna use. I was thinking about doing something different, but because I don't have the blender, which is the linchpin of the system, because now, you know, it would be refinery to make the fuel, a blender to mix the water into it, and then immediately into our fuel generators. The problem is that without that, I have to go through the other stages, which means I have to package the fuel in stage 2, and then I have to unpackage the fuel here to finally get it to go into the fuel generators. So that's kind of what I'm stuck on, and it is going to require a little bit of massaging the numbers to a certain extent based on what I have, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So heavy oil residue. Okay, so sorry, little break of a brain fart there. All right, so let's head back over to the fuel site, and let's see what's gonna happen over there. Now, I have been doing some off-camera work, and again, just kind of taking care of some of the grindy stuff. So we will see what I've got going on over there as we kind of take our first junction here. So you can see that is the fuel location right over there. So I have started laying down some buildings, at which point, as I realized that, oh wait, I don't have the blender. How many years I've been playing this game and I still don't clue in that the blender is hidden in the 7. I thought I had it already. I thought that would have been in tier 6 or tier 5 with the expanded manufacturing, but apparently no, it is not available yet. So I am going to have to go back. All right, so we'll just hey, Mr. Tractor, keep ourselves running back here. Now, nothing I've done is gonna have to be undone. It's just gonna have to be changed. I missed the turn. Damn it, I almost missed this turn. Sorry, gonna have to go back there. Yeah, I'm still getting used to using these Ys on a regular basis. All right, now I'm taking a turn. All right, so we can head down here. So last week we got these guys up and running, so we are getting lots and lots of water here. These guys are completely full. If we take a quick boop underneath here. Okay, boop underneath. Let's actually try to get underneath. I've got 3 fuel tanks set up, or 3 giant tanks set up here that are full of water, because that is, I'm going to have to divide the amount of water, at least in my original plan, by 3. I don't necessarily know if that's the case anymore, but I do have all the water I need. I've also extended to the fuel pump, or the crude pump. So if we race our way down here, yeah, I know I just blip past some buildings here that hey, what about those? I'll get to them. I'll get to them. All right, so I've got a fuel generator down here. I thought I'd spend a little bit of time putting a building around it, because why not? So I've got this structure here. This guy is happily grinding out the crude oil, which then traces itself back into here. Yep, got a uranium node there. That's been cooking me all the way along. And I've been depositing the crude into a buffer here. So I've got lots of liquids ready to go, but that's what this first set of buildings here is for. So let's just take a quick chug over here. So anyone who didn't watch, so if you did, so if you didn't watch the original series, sorry, I had to check something. The first series, you may not know that I have this fuel stage. Now I did this actually in update 0.8. I kind of came up with this fuel plan. It is the diluted fuel. For me, that is just my go-to bang for the buck. I'm not a big fan of turbo fuel, mostly because, you know, it's using up coal, or I have to find some other way of getting the carbon into it. And I think that I'm getting just probably not as good bang for the buck. I haven't run the numbers, but you know, the diluted fuel for me is a great one because it at least doubles your production. So what these guys are currently doing is producing a bunch of fuel. So this is how I originally set it up, thinking I could just drop the fuel, sink the polymer resin that's in here, that'll get generated, and then I can just send this to the blenders and mix it up. But I don't have that anymore. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put in the stage 2, which is going to be packaging things. So I'm going to break this up here. Yeah, anyway. So I'm going to have to undo some of the things here, namely that I have to change this from producing fuel to heavy fuel residue. So let's see. Uh-oh. I'm missing a recipe. Oh, it's all crumbling. It's all falling apart. I mean, I could make petroleum coke for the turbo fuel, but I don't have turbo fuel. Oh, this no. I'm missing a recipe. God darn it. If it's not one thing, it is another. You know, I could just set up some fuel generators right now for the time being. You know what? Okay, change of plans. What have I got? I've got, how many machines have I got here? I think I've got 10 on a side. Yeah, I got 10 machines on a side. That is using up all 600 of that. So we got, yeah, so I'm doing more than I should be. What have I done to my numbers? Have I completely and utterly owned my numbers? Because you're empty, which I'm not sure why. Why are you empty? I missed a connection somewhere. Oh, all of my planning, all of it, it's gone to caca. Yeah, that's where I'm having an issue, is right in here. Okay, that was a... Pipes are still really buggy. They really are. Yeah, okay, so I have made a calculated, or I've made a colossal mess. Bummer. Oh man. Really, I've played the game before. Yeah, I can't run. I don't have enough fuel. Or enough crude. Because there's 333 plus an extra one that I tacked on the end there. So that is my full 600, which will give me 400 fuel, which will get me running for a little while. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not quite ready for all of this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shut that one down. I'm going to extend this way, and I'm going to put in some temporary power, because my biggest problem is that I am way over budget. What's down here? Oh, I've got a floor down here. So let's just get this out of the way. Which means I'm also going to have to go find a bunch more hard drives, because I need one more recipe. Okay, so temporary purposes, only temporary purposes. Let's put some more floor slabs down. So I'll use my little 5x5 blueprint. Stay there for a moment, please. All right, and let's extend that down. Oop. Turn on the zoopy. Gotta have the zoop. Gotta have the zoop. There we go. Gotta have the zoop. Gotta have the zoop. Zoopy, zoopy, zoop. Wow, that was really kind of a bonehead move. I mean, the water trucks can keep doing their thing for the time being, but man, totally missed that. And it was all going so well. So I still want to put all the blenders and stuff down here, but I don't really have the room for them at the moment. Let's go back to my 5x5. Can I pop some more of you guys down? How far can I reach? Ouch. So eventually I'm going to have 80 fuel generators here. That is the kind of ultimate goal, and I am going to want to I need to get past, I need to get on with the next set of elevator stuff, because that's where I'm going to get my blender. I need to go open up tier 7, so I need to get those versatile frameworks and modular engines and whatever the hell that other thing is, I can never remember. Some kind of control unit. God, it's really easy to start laying down foundations that way. All right, I am now officially out of concrete, which is unfortunate because I am going to need some, but I can always recover some concrete from there if I need. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just as a more or less temporary, and I'll probably end up taking them out at some point, but I'm going to start dropping down some fuel generator buildings. Now each of these is one fuel generator. It's got the pipes in, pipes out, power in, power out, so it's an easy, quick way to do it. I am out of concrete again, so I'm gonna have to make a quick trip. And I can't go into my build menu. Do I have the porta potties? That's what I need to check, is see if I have my porta potties, because then I can just frickin' respawn myself back at the base. And it's not like this takes forever. Ooh, Northern Lights. Pretty. I missed. Alright, is this sunrise? Yeah, it looks like it's sunrise. Okay, let's go get some concrete. Concrete production's not the super quickest here. I'm probably carrying way too much crap. Let's go empty my pockets. While I'm at it, I'm going to see if I have any hard drives. I don't think so. I think I've actually researched whatever I currently have. Yeah, I have, but I don't need to be carrying those. Don't need to be carrying that or that. We can deposit Mr. Blue here. We can deposit these guys. We can turn that off. That was a quick night. Let's throw some of these away. Let's throw those away. Let's throw those away. Those away. Those away. I keep adding these to the inventory every time I take something down because it's getting built from the dimensional depot, and then it's getting when I disassemble them, they get stuck into my own inventory, so I really don't actually have to refill from here that often, but I do have to refill my concrete. I want to take a look at my concrete, see if there's anything I can do to maybe buff it up a little bit. So I'm making that recipe, which is giving me 50 per machine. Who's not doing much? Okay, so we definitely have something slowing that concrete. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Maybe this might be the problem? Yep, doubling your productions probably would help. Okay, well, that's taken care of. Liking the lights. All right, have I got enough on me? Yeah, I got enough on me. All right, let's go. Set up the fuel plants, guys. How bad is my power? That's my maximum consumption. This is my maximum production. There is a problem between these numbers. Even putting the ones that I'm gonna put on. Yeah. But fuel, 400 fuel ain't much to sneeze at. And I could make a bunch of plastic and rubber. Because I do have set up for that. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I tear it all down and start again. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Well, no, I don't have to do that. What I can do is change up the recipes. Okay, let's... Oh, I missed the turn again. Oh, we'll just finish off and turn around. So, change of plans. What can we do with this machine? How does that affect anything? So if I switch you to, let's say you do plastic in here, that's going to give me 10 heavy oil residue. I'm going to turn that off. Going to need 30. Yeah, see that? What if I turn you into rubber? That needs 30 crude. So I can get 20 of these machines. So you're going to produce 20. You're going to produce 10. Okay, so let's bring up the modeler here. There we go. All right, so this is my current plan. You know what? Let's just do it. There we go. Okay, that was, yeah, just trying to get everything sized up correctly. Okay, so this is the current plan. So again, I just need this. This is where my current stumbling block is. I don't know how I messed up so bad here. That's not correct. Something here ain't jibing. But anyway, so I need polymer. So if I use the plastic, why is my let's say 1600. Let's take the fuel generators out of the equation. So 1600. And if I go to plastic and I break this connection, no, this all is just, oh, I gotta have to do a whole new chain here. All right. So let's just do a whole new chain. So we're going to start off with looking for fuel, which I'll be taking from unpackaged fuel. And then I'm going to say, whoop, nope, I'm going to say 1600. So the output should be the same. So 1600. So packaged fuel, diluted packaged fuel. And this is the one I want to see. How many of these machines? So I need woo. Ah, man. I'm not seeing a good way of coming out of this. I don't want to mess with it. I want that frickin' one recipe here, so... That's a 2 to 3 still. If I go residual fuel, needs 60 to 40. Yeah, I know you're probably upset by that. So you need 60 per minute per machine. Need 6 of these, or 3 of these. Okay, you know what? Let's just get rid of it all. I can't make it work the way it is. This was a bunch of work that I did that no longer matches because ADHD Satisfactory, where you can do things then completely and utterly erase it because you stop paying attention to one part of it. So I'm just going to produce a crap ton of rubber for absolutely no reason, because that's the recipe I currently have. So all of this work, all of this plugging stuff in is all going to go bye-bye. All of that time was for nothing. At least I can multi-select. Oh, I remember trying to clean up a base one time when we didn't have the hold the control key down. You want a horrible experience? Delete a few hundred things one by one by one. All right, gotta be careful here. I don't want to take this stuff out. You, on the other hand, you can go bye-bye. So the reason I'm going to just make a crap ton of rubber is because that's going to give me the necessary polymer. Because the plastic only does half as much of the polymer residue. Which means that I'm only going to get half of what the rubber will give me. So I can get more for bang for my buck from the rubber. Yeah, I guess I'll just get rid of this stuff here too. So disappointing. So annoyed at myself. I mean, the plan was great, but that just, again, that kind of brings the old adage. It's the proof of the adage. A plan lasts up until the moment you try to implement it. Because the reason's this: there's always going to be, very likely, something is going to get in the way. If it's like a military plan, of course, the enemy is not necessarily going to, you know, follow your rules and make your plan convenient. And then just, it is so easy to throw off like one variable and you can watch your whole plan come to craps. I just happen to have two. One is the missing polymer recipe and the other is the missing blenders. Either one of those being solved would be fine, but because neither one is currently solved, this is what I gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, it's not like I have anything wrong with my... I really am quite fond of my fuel generating packaged fuel system. It's just, you know, I want to try something different, something new, something exciting, something different. I said different once already, didn't I? Yes, I did. What is floating? You are. There we go. Okay, so let's try this again. We're going to go to our blueprints. Now, fortunately, again, I also happen to have fuel stage 1 rubber. So that's going to require 60 rubber, 60 oil, heavy oil residue, but it's going to need 90. So let's do some math in here. So 300 divided by 90 is, so 3 of these. That gives me a little extra. We'll see what we want to do with those. So yeah, so I've got 300 crude on this side, so I can do 3 of those machines. Let's have a look at the rubber blueprint. So glad I filled in the information here. So fuel rubber. So that's crude is 90 going in. That's 180. So you can see that that requires power crystals to keep up. To get that 60, it also requires double the crude oil. So we are just going to be making rubber. If I need more plastic, I can make more plastic. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to have to do. So let's get this guy into place here. Let's make sure it's where I want him to be. That's my center line. Let's just go down this way a little bit, like that. So we'll put one there. Flip you around. Whoop. Fell off my perch. Give me back my perch. All right, where are you lining up? You're lining up there, so we're over by 1. You got to come back this way a little bit. Look at that. All right, we put one of you there. Put another one of those there. Now, I didn't have to actually take the whole other buildings down, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to start fresh. Just need a few more motors to come my way. 4 of them. 3 of them. 1 more. There we go. All right. That should do for there. And if we see, we can see that they're ready to go with their recipes. Cool. Okay, so now I have to connect my pipes. Let's see how well these connect. Excellent. And connect the pipes. So the rubber is going that way, so it's the same direction as it was going before. And then my heavy oil residue should be coming... Nope, that's the crude going in there. This is where my heavy oil residue is going to come out of. Excellent. Okay. Now everything on this side is going to be coming this way, so the rubber will be coming out of there. So let's get its pipes connected across here. So at least it's quick and easy to get everything back into working order. I need the wall. Stage 1 wall. And that needs to be nudged into final position, just like that. And then I can grab a fuel wall hole or a pipe wall hole. So we'll go to toolbar 2 and we'll grab a wall. I think that's where it wants to be. Right on the center line, right on the center line. Is the height correct? Yeah. Okay, and you go that way. Nope. See, just about screwed it up again. I actually want you to come out here. Like that. And there we go. Let's take out that. And I think we have the same thing here. Yes, we do. So we'll go ahead and grab another wall. Yay! Jesus, invariably I'm always gonna find a hole that I put in the floor. Come on. There we go. And then I gotta move it and nudge a little bit. And then we gotta grab a wall hole for this wall. A little tight back here, but I think we can survive. Yeah, that's one of the things I have to fix. There's this little tiny section of pipe in there that's kind of messing me some of these placements up. And then I have to try and get this back in alignment here. I'm leaving that the other pipe in. It's not going to snap to, but I can use it to line things up. Just so I can make sure I've got my T-junction in the right place. And auto will work. Okay. And then we can do absolutely nothing. What is wrong here? Come on. I swear these pipes are so broken. It's a little scary how broken they are, to be honest. Come on. Don't be giving me any griefs here. Okay, so now you're gonna snap into place. Yeah, the heights are wrong, but I don't care anymore. Okay, I'll fix that at some other time when it really starts to bother me. All right, so you guys are ready to receive your crude. I still have to connect the conveyors, but in the meantime, I can connect up your guys' power. I've been there the whole time. Has that been there the whole time? Do I even have turbo fuel? No, see, I don't even have the turbo fuel recipe either. So, I mean, there's a coal right there. Yeah, no. Not falling into the turbo fuel trap. Okay, now I do need to connect these guys. No, I was connecting up power. That's what I was doing. Sorry, I love that sound. Okay, we got these in place. Let's get everyone powered up. And then I can figure out where I need to make more connections. Oh, there we are. Yep. I definitely are going to have to fix this blueprint. Which is really ironic because I went and did a whole bunch of work so you guys didn't have to sit through me doing this, and lo and behold, here you are watching me do this grindy nonsense, which is, you know, delete this, get rid of this stupid little chunk. Because, you know, if you're going to upgrade your pipes, it's not going to upgrade anything underneath the connector. Underneath, like, geez, that's a bit annoying. All right, you are all getting your crude now. Let's get rid of these things. You are all connected. We don't have any belts going yet, so let's get some belts going. Belt, there we are. Pipes are filling, polymer residues doing. Okay, let's get this side plugged in and working. So that's got to go there, and then we'll run the line here. We'll have to do the whole frickin' rigmarole again. Like, it won't connect. So yeah, something is very broken somewhere in there. And probably, it very likely is because it's a blueprint and it doesn't like some things like that in blueprints. But I don't know. I'm no freaking expert. Oh, shoot. Nope, I didn't mean to do that just quite yet. Oh, well. Let's see if I can't figure out where you want to be. You want to be right about there. And like that. Okay, you don't have power because I need to string through the back here. Like that. All right, so that should get you nothing. Because I need to connect there. There we go. Saw a bunch of lines turn yellow. Crude is a-flowing. And I do have room for one more machine on either end, so I am going to go with a full 10. So let's get rid of that. I'm essentially recreating what I did the other day. I could have just gone through, changed the recipes, but you know what? I wanted to have a hissy fit about it, so I did. Gonna put one more there. And we'll put one more refinery there. So that's 300 crude oil per side, which is, what was it? It was 800. So that's 200. No, it's 400 heavy oil residue total, which doesn't seem like much because it's not. Yeah, you're the last machine in the line, so I can just dump straight into you. We'll daisy chain your power to the guy beside you. Find out why you guys aren't getting any crude anymore. There we go. Just some real janky shit with the pipes, man. That's all there is to it. There's just janky shit with the pipes. Let's get these guys fill up. Oh, before I do that. Oh, that's fine on this side. Let's go on to this side here. All right, so fuel's gonna come out. It's gonna go that way. Like that. Grab our lift. Like that. And send the rubber that way. And yep, making sure all the rubber is connected. I'm trying to get off the pipe here. There we go. All right, let's go to the other side. There. That there. Which way are we flowing? We're going this way. So this is the out. It's very important that we get that direction correct. You definitely need your 480. How much rubber are you making? 20, 400. Okay, I got enough built. And then coming out. Like that. Not sure what that was the point of that, but I had a point, I'm sure. Nope. Oh, these guys are on an angle. Of course you're not getting any power. Why are you not getting any power? I thought I plugged you in. No, I guess I didn't. Okay. Let's make sure you're getting some crudes. This is the one that I went to do this. part. Like that. And fix this one. And then see where all the other problems are. The lesson here is if you're struggling with your pipes, rebuild them, take out as many of the breaks as you can, get it into a single line as much as you can. That seems to be the best for it. All right. Yeah, everyone's getting crude now. You're not quite getting your crude yet. Why is that? I think there's a problem here. No. Why are we having an issue? What is the problem here, people? There you go. Okay. So all of you guys are now doing your thing, right? Yes, you are. Okay. I'll have to put the walls and stuff back up, but I'm going to do that later. Okay, so crude's coming in here. Rubber is going to come out of there. And my polymer is coming out of that one. And it needs to come out of this one, so I'm gonna have to replace you with one of you. We'll stretch you across like that. Grab a T-junction like that. And there we go. Okay, polymer residue. Okay, so polymer residue is good up until, let's say, that point there. Now, stage 2. Let's look at stage 2 here. So fuel stage 2 is heavy oil residue. Place 2 side by side next to stage 1. Requires packaged water, which is packaged up in stage 3 and then backfed in. Alright, is I do need a bunch of plastic at the moment, but so for this one I do need to get a supply of canisters in there, but it is a self-contained canister, so it's a constant loop. So I do need a little bit of plastic to make some canisters. However, that being said, I can temporarily set something up because I got 630 plastic on me. I can easily feed some of that in there, grab some more plastic. I mean, I could convert a machine here, use some surplus crew, but I don't wanna. So we're going with fuel stage 2. We're gonna have to get you lined up. And I think that is the correct alignment. Yep, that's the notch in the wall here. Let's actually make my life a little easier and give myself the marking. So I'm going to give myself some space because I normally don't. So again, fuel stage 2. So this is the stage that does the 2. It's the 2 stage. don't remember my own fucking recipe, and I don't remember, sorry, my own freaking recipe. I said a bad word. Yeah, that should work. Okay, let's drop you there. All right, so what are you doing? You are taking in 30 heavy oil residue, and you're gonna be spitting out 60. So I've got, how many machines here? I've got 2 machines, so that's 60 oil residue. I'm currently producing 100. How many machines I got? I get 10 machines. 200. I'm producing 200. You need 60. 200 divided by 60 is 3.3 machines. It doesn't line up right because that should be 2,400. Oh no, what am I talking? Yeah, it needs 30. So 200 divided by 30 is 6 of these. So I am maximizing it than I normally do. So we are kind of making a little bit of blueprint auto connect. Let's see if I can get these lines to connect. Don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna connect. Okay, that's 4. I'm falling down. And that should be 6. So just to check my mathing again. So I got 6, 180. It's looking for 180 heavy oil residue, which means I have just enough, a little bit of an overhead. That's going to give me 600 fuel. Yeah, it's not as good as a system as the other one, but it's going to have to do for now. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things isn't quite the same. Because one of these things is not like the other. Can you tell before I end this game? Is that the right way? Have I got this going the right way? This is your inside. That is your inside. Inside, outside. Yes, okay, so these guys are going in the right direction. Even with blueprints, my brain is struggling with this one. All right, let's do it on the other side, or attempt to. That lined up. Halfway, on the halfway, in the corner, into the corner. That should be correct. We can easily double check that with the roof, and perfect match. Excellent. Okay. Next. That goes 1 and 2. grab our power connections. Thought I could clear that. I clearly couldn't. And then we put that in there. Okay, so those guys should all be powered up now. And you are going to be just exporting packaged fuel once I get some packaged water into you. But first, let's start feeding in the heavy oil residue, which is right in here. So that's pipe to pipe. That's going to go that way. The packaged water is going to be coming from somewhere else. What are you outputting? You're outputting rubbers. The rubber's going that way. And yeah. These are these belts are backward, but that's okay. Okay, let's make sure, yeah, everyone's getting their fill. First things first, we'll run that across. And belts. You're all filling up, right? Yeah, you're filling up, so everything's fine. All right, okay, yeah, so that's my input, that's my output. Those are going in that direction, that's fine. That was my face. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. All right, so you're producing 60 packaged fuel per minute. Okay, so now we go to stage 3, which is this building here. You see that one tucks in relatively nicely, just have to give it a little bit of a nudge. So right like that. Okay, so this building has got 2 jobs. One job is this lower level here. These packages here are unpackaging the fuel and sending it on its merry little way. It needs 60 packaged fuel per minute. I have 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 240 packaged fuel per minute. I am producing more than that. How many am I producing? I'm producing... That's 300. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 of these. Producing 6. That's 360. quite comfortably, right? One of these 180 heavy oil residue. Sorry, I'm just paranoid on my math now. You're producing 20. So I am producing 200. Okay. So the mathing is good from here to here. So if I have 6 of these, giving me 60 of those, that gives me 360. And we gotta go back downstairs. So 360. I could put 2 more in line. Or overdrive a couple of them. No, 1 more. No, 360. I said I was getting 360, wasn't it? Don't even remember anymore. Yeah, so the equal number of these to these. So 6 and 6. Yes, that is correct. As long as the... So you needed how much water? So you need 60 packaged water. And you were producing 60 packaged water. Which I have more than enough of. Okay. Yeah, so 2 more of these on the end. Should do it. How much room does 2 of those take? So let's lose that one. Swing you this away. How much room does a packager need? A packager is pretty small. They only need the 1 foundation, right? No, it's actually pretty wide. How wide is a packager? It is exactly 1 foundation. So let's do this. So again, we're gonna go into our blueprint. We're gonna grab stage 3. We're gonna line you up like you normally would be, and then we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna give myself lots of space there. Make sure I haven't done anything stupid, like got things going in the wrong way. Nope. And then we can put you down right there and there. What the hell are you doing? Not sure what this is for. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. have been better off just cutting one of these in half. You know what? I think I would be. Yeah, no, I just spent a bunch of time putting this up, but I just realized it's probably going to be faster for me to do it this way. Because there's 4 groups of 4 in there. There's something in the way? How come I can't put you down now? How am I missing steel beams? How am I missing steel beams now? There's no drop grade here. Okay, they have... I'm not getting everything back anymore. That is starting to become clear. Okay, well, I don't have enough steel beams, so I'm gonna have to go do a trip. Change the title of this stream. Well, no, change of plans. I am completely changing the plan. It was a good plan. It was such a good plan. Off to the steel shack. Steel beam. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme a minute to midnight. And while I'm here, sure, why not? Okay, I've got a tunnel entrance over here. Hopefully that is going to be enough of this stuff. And back we go. Yep, an hour later, and we're not even back to where we started. Maybe I could change it from Change of Plans as an episode title to Changing Plans. Because so far there's been 3 plans. Oh, remember to take the turn this time. Hey, I remembered. Alright, hit it fast enough. Okay, one more time. Whee! Okay, once more with feeling. So I put one of you right there. Really? I'm still... How many frickin' beams does this thing need? Well, 458 apparently. Huh. Huh. Well, huh. Well, I'm going to take this wall out. Maybe that'll give me a few... Yeah, see, that's giving me some beams. There's a lot of steel in these walls. Okay, is that enough? Nope, still shy a few. When are we in the dimensional depot? Not many. May have to buff my dimensional depot a little bit. All right, well, I can stand here waiting for it to fill. Or I could just make one more trip back. Keep up the good work, guys. I mean, it's not horrible, the traveling, anyway. And out. I'm going to toss some steel plate into here. Maybe throw some wire into there. Just so I can have lots and 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 lots of room. Throw some of you guys into there. Yep, it's now just a very slow passive ticket gathering now. That is fine. All right, let's just load up on beams. Let's head back once more into the breach, my friends. Now is the summer of our discontent. To be or not to be? That's the question. Whether 'tis nobler the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of one's own misfortune, or by opposing end them, to sleep, perchance to dream. And that's where it runs out. I don't know why I know so much of that one. Out, damn spot. Life is but a walking shadow. It's people, just players on the... Yeah, I can't remember that one either. Not why a bunch of weird, random Shakespearean quotes sit in my brain. Anyway, we're back. Now I could put that one there. We can now clean up various walls and stuff, and then we can remove half of the building. So we'll start on this end, and we'll just go. Yeah, I'll have to rebuild a wall. That is fine. Or hear me out. Leave those guys alone, and instead take them from this side, which I think is what I will do. We'll take all of this out. That will leave a wee bit of a gap. Took a little bit too much. Why am I worrying about correcting it now? Okay, so still don't remember why that is just randomly sitting there. Let's try not to get the back window there. Really didn't need to take these windows out, now that I'm thinking about it. In fact, it was probably better if I didn't. Well, this planet's going to be messy and it's going to require a lot of repair work. But learn the lessons from this side and then fix the lessons on the other side. Okay, so packaged water. You want now 600 water. I can give you 600 water. No, 600 water, 300 water. How many have I got these? 6. 360 water. Plenty of water. You're making me feel very uncomfortable. Okay, you're just gonna keep making me feel very uncomfortable. Okay, good to know. Which is even better, because I really don't want you doing that, actually. What I need to do is turn you, so you're now outputting in that direction. Because now you need to flow into there. Likewise. You need to go there. That goes there. That goes there. Hey. Random bit that could just float there. All right, so I have this nice clearing area now. Empty packages go in there. Packaged water comes out here. And then has to go down to there, right? If I recall my own damn creation correctly. Yeah. So packaged water has to go in here. And we do that by going around this corner here, and then around the corner. No, actually, why am I doing it that way? No, let's do it this way. Get rid of random floaty, and we'll just go like this. Pardon me. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to take a quick mental break and other kind of biological needs break, and I'll be right back, and we'll see how far we get. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. All right, where are we? We are over here. Moving and grooving things. That means I need to put a lift right back where this used to be. So we'll grab a quick lift here. Make sure we're using the Mark IV. And get you up to the right height. Here. Just for funsies. Okay, so empty packages. Really the wrong button. So empty packages are going to come out of... The package field goes this way. Package field needs to go into this unpackager. This is where my package field is going to go. So that can just go right across there and just make sure we are connected all the way down. Nope, we're not connected here. Let's get rid of this little tiny bit of belt. I'm sure it's not going to be doing me much good. Okay, so that's got all of that going in there. Then our fuel comes out of here and needs to jump across. I'm so glad we have the T-junctions, because these quad junctions can be such a pain in the neck. And that snaps into place. And jump across. Alright, so our fuel is going to go somewhere down here. Excellent. Okay. That is the empty packages are going upstairs. Yeah, you're spitting out the empty canisters. I like this being right here, so that gives me a place to load in my canisters. So canisters come out, go here, and then they go upstairs that way. Canisters here are gonna come out all cattywampus this way. Which way are the empty canisters going? Okay, so yeah, so they're feeding up in here. Go up in here, go through there. Ooh, I need to mess with this in any way, shape, or form. I don't believe I do. Yeah, no. Empty canisters coming out of the fuel and packaging, I can just leave alone, because they're already hooked up and working. Okay, so fuel comes out, goes that way, everything's hunky-dory. Packaged fuel goes this way, and everybody's happy and fine. Water. That's the next thing I need to get upstairs, is the water lines. So up here, this pipe is our water inlet, which I've got all nice and hooked up. Cool. So let's just go downstairs here, make sure I'm in a good location. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go through this foundation here. That should be clear of everything. Yes. Yes, right on the inside. Okay, so I should be okay right here. Problem solving in real time. In a world where he was an idiot. Sorry, who said that? Okay, water go up. Really should have just run that pipeline instead of the trucks, but oh well. I didn't. You guys are all powered up, right? Yeah, you're all powered up. Okay. So water, it has to come up there then. And yep. There we go. So water then go through here. Through there. Nope, that is correct. And up you go. Water go up. So that means I need a way. Let's go downstairs. Really gonna have to put some stairs in or something soon. Yeah, put all the fuel generators going that way. All right, let's get our first pipe. I don't know, it seems like I'm not nearly enough water flowing into things here, but do I need to go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Nope. Next grouping. Down here, please. Hello. Where are you? No, no, no. That's not right. That's not right. There you are. I should be downstairs still. There you are. All right, water flowing. Water should have no problem. Water will have lots of problem getting up. Good thing I already have one of these here. So just to make sure I have more than enough head lift on this pipe. We'll put that in there. I'll get the base a little bit more organized once I've kind of settled in onto everything here, but in the meantime, I think I should still be okay here. All right, I just want to make sure water is going upstairs. And that you guys are all getting your water. Okay, you're not powered because I haven't connected you yet. There's some wall sections here that don't need to be in here. All right, so all your power lines are across the top there like that. That means I should, again, just pull. Now leave those wall pieces there, but you don't have to be. Yes, yeah, you're fine. Let's just punch through the wall right about here. And then I should get you connected across there. You be powered. And you are not, because I need to jump across these two connections as well. All right, you be powered and getting your water. Awesome. Okay, so now I need a bunch of packages. And to do that, I think I'll just grab a constructor quickly. Oh, wait a sec. You know what? There's that little space in here that I left. Not there. Right here. I could squeeze a constructor in here now. So if I squeeze a constructor in here, and leave a little space to get around. Yeah, that'll work right there. Let's throw you into there. I can take your power from there. You are now going to make me some plastic containers. Right? Where are the containers? There it is, empty canister. It's alive! Alive! Okay, you're not getting your water because I need to bridge the gap here. I'll also get rid of these walls. Okay. Now, clearly, I don't have enough containers yet. So let's throw some more of that in there. How we doing down here? Okay, so far everything seems to be working on this new breakdown line. And fuel is flowing. Okay, now let's do a quick math and again. So each of you is giving me 60 fuel per minute. So that's 360. Is that all I'm getting? 60 times how many? Why does that not seem right? Why does that seem so little? Yeah, only 360 fuel. How much polymer am I using? Why does that feel like it should be a bit bigger? That number just does not feel right. Yeah, because it's the shit recipe. Yeah, it's because it's a shit recipe, that's why. I'm gonna build one side, I'm not gonna do the other side. I still want to do my original. I don't know how much choice I have. I mean, this is one oil well, right? I could easily do another plant somewhere else. But, boy. Okay. Start putting down some power stations. And worry about the rest later. gonna take those guys out of there so I can just use these. Could you please snap into place? We'll burn a bunch of concrete back here. Yeah, so I should be coming out with a lot more fuel than what I'm going to be coming out with. So if we go have a look at my original setup here, if I have anything left of it. There it is. So I should be pulling 1,600 crude. Because my 600 oil should be giving me 400 or 800 of this. And that's where all my numbers were based on. And it's these guys here. So yeah, I'm not gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna build this half here. I'm just gonna leave the other side. I'm gonna end up having to go back in, reprogram it all again. I don't think I need to tear it down, but I certainly am gonna reprogram it again. But we aren't gonna use that stage. Instead, all I'm gonna do here is start putting down some power plants. So let's get our fuel generator housed. Turn off the blueprint snap, and how many can I get? Oh, I should actually be able to get 2 here. Well, let's just plant you there, have a look. And we'll tuck you in the corner. So how many are you using? You're using 1, 2, 3. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be plenty. So we'll put 1 there. Use the blueprint snap again here. No, I won't. We'll just do that. Get everybody lined up. So we put 1, 2. How much fuel are you going to want? You are going to want... no idea yet. Let's fill this up. Okay, fuel. I could actually come out of either end here, which I think is exactly what I'm gonna do. At least for the moment again. So I'm gonna put that there. drop there, fuel can drop down there. How are we doing over here on our packagers? Let's throw another bunch of plastic in there. Let's go to our what's it here, grab 400 more plastic. I can then feed into the machine so no one is fallow. Okay, so now I can take pipe. We'll connect you guys across there. We'll take another floor hole, which I think should be right about here. Like that. So if I grab now one of these, can I get you to more or less line up like that? Drop you down. You suck. You really do. That straight. Gonna be as straight as it's gonna get. Okay. So fuel then can go up that way. So underneath is a long freaking fall. Ow. I need some walkways. All right, where did I come down? Where is my other side? That's the water going up. There it is. All right, you, this way, please. Oh, the focus he has at this moment is rendered him speechless. That flashlight is just either too bright or too dark. There's no apparently happy medium ground. There we go. All right, the fuel should flow. It shouldn't have any problems getting back up to the fuel generators because we're all on the same level. It just may take a moment. Yeah, man, you can do it. Just this pipe has to fill first, then this piece of pipe can start filling. You can see it's starting to fill. A little bit of slosh in the system. So what might help for that is putting in a check valve. That should keep anything from backfeeding. And there they go. Okay, so 20. That's the whole point I needed. So, so 20. I got 360. That's less than normal. I should be getting 20 out of a setup. Yeah, this is not a very good system that I got. I got to get those recipes. That is the only thing that is going to fix my power here. But we can get the band-aid, we can get the infrastructure in place. All of this stuff is at some point going to need to be here. Uh-oh. Where did I just build that? That is no bueno. So yeah, this is all fine being here. It's just not what I was hoping to get producing. So that means I'm going to have to do a lot more walkabout because I need at least 2 more recipes to actually get this working. 1 of 2 recipes. I either need the polymer recipe or I need no, I need the polymer recipe. That's all there is to it. 1 recipe. I don't have access to the blender until I unlock objective, until I complete phase 3 here. So yeah. All right, how many have I put in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10. Let's get these 10 connected. So we'll connect across the wires first. Biggest thing is I'm just really low on power. I have to get some power, otherwise I wouldn't be doing any of this at the moment. But I won't be able to do anything very soon. So I need to get all of this plugged back in. I need to start generating power. Okay, everyone's firing up. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna put a, no, I'm not, because I don't have any of my stuff. I was gonna put the 5th one on there, just not hook it up. Because it's going to be eventually banks of 20. But for now, I guess we'll just do this stuff while my inventory refills. I'll take another quick count of smokestacks to see if I've got, or how many I've currently got. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so these are all the guys that get plugged into each other. Sorry, just answering I got distracted here. Just had a quickly enter a Discord message from Andrewman Gaming. Just because okay, sorry about that. Okay, so that means all my generators are not flying. How are we doing on power? Definitely getting much better. So production, yes, we are back above. It's a bit soft at the moment. It is firming up, but at least we are not running a deficit anymore. So if I can get these, it buys me enough time until I can get the next recipes. So again, I'm missing concrete. I'm going to leave all of that. Let's actually head back to the concrete plant. Let's start buttoning up our buildings here. Well, that's kind of a weird alignment. I suppose it's fine. Actually, I have to come this way because the refinery route. Otherwise, we'll be in my way. And slide up. All right. For forward. Let's get that out of there. And one of these now. Followed by a couple of those. Oops. Only want the little wall. Close enough, good enough, good enough. It's just good enough, good enough, good enough. It's so good enough. Is that good enough? Not a bit missing here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, lollipop, 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 oh, lolly, lollipop. Okay. Closed. Yes. Closed off? No. Going to do anything on this side? As far as fuel generation, no. I'm going to leave all of this alone. Oh, power's dropping off again, so I'll have to check in to see who's starving and why. But at least should more or less have fully functioning, or at least enough power to get me through the next bridge point. So apparently I am going to have to turn my focus now to unlocking and opening those up. So, future plan is get our fuel systems fully functional. And stable, so we have enough power to work, and then yeah, then we'll start working on the next tier, which means figuring out where the next big kind of factory is going to be and gathering all the resources for it. No, I'm not going to worry about anything on this side. All right, let's have a look, see where paying points are starting to show up. So we'll start down at the far end here. Probably the fact is that you guys are full of rubber. Yes. Okay, so we have to start dumping the rubber out. So that's the next priority, because that's choking off the fuel production. Where is the end of that particular line? Oh, these guys gotta go. Yep, you still have rubber in you. That would be right here. So that's rubber, and that's packaged fuel. You're out of packaged water because I've probably run out of water packages. So we need to go toss some more plastic in there. You're not getting packaged water because you're not connected. All right. Where do I want to put you? I'm thinking. Put a door right there. I did leave myself a good amount of room here, didn't I? What's underneath? I also have tons of room underneath. Okay. So, rubber. Go to there. And flow to that. Make sure we're using the Mark IVs. Because then I can drop down from here. And there should be enough room down here for a sink. But no, of course there's not. But it seems I have a bit of a split level arrangement going on down here. That perhaps I can use to my advantage. So we'll put the awesome sink right about there. There was always going to need to be an awesome sink, whether it's rubber or the blue goo or blue stuff, the polymer resin. It's there. That goes there. And that goes there. Power line. I mean, I've got a supply of rubber if I ever need it, but I'd rather just set up a dedicated rubber supply. Kind of good ones to use are ones where you make the product, you take the waste, which you convert into something else, which you can then convert into back into the original product. Yeah. You just keep throwing enough stuff into the mix until it stabilizes. All right, how are we doing here? Okay, production keeps falling drastically. Why? What is happening with my fuel production? So let's have a look here. All right, so you're not dumping your rubber. Why? Because I don't give you the opportunity to. So we have to grab and dump across there. What about you? You're the same problem. Is that we need to take our belt and go across from there to there. Make sure everything's marked 4, mark 4, mark 4, mark 4. Okay. Alright guys, what's the hang up here? Who's going slow and why? Ah! That guy was the problem child. There we go. That mean you are getting your stuff, okay? How about down here? Well, you're full of packaged water. You just ran out of heavy oil residue. You're okay. How are we doing with our little manufacturing dude? Yeah, you're out, so we'll do that again. And at some point, there should be enough overall packages in the system, which I think we're pretty close to. So those are all the ones that are coming out of the empty fuel package, or coming out empty after getting the fuel taken out of them. Yeah, you can see how the machines are kind of hanging up a little bit. That means there's enough going into the water packagers, which have plenty of water. So these guys, how about you? What's up with you? You still need a few packages, okay? That's because I have... Oh, no. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, so we're gonna need to do this. No, I can't do that. Yeah, we're gonna have to just... steal some packages from here. So all of those new packages I'm adding, they're not actually getting over to these guys. Because the system has the return lines, but yeah, I didn't bypass into this feed system tying into it. I thought I did. But no, that's where we're running into our problem right there. Hi, and how's the water doing? No, you're doing okay. You're doing okay. You're a little anemic, but you're hanging in there. You're okay. You're definitely okay. What are you connected to? What are you supposed to be connected to? Nothing. Clean you out. I just can't squeeze through there. You are doing nothing. No idea why you are there. And I need to reconnect your belt. There we go. Make sure we're getting all our fuel out. We're starting to recover. I think now it's just a matter of letting the system run. You're good. You're good. You are still waiting for packaged water. So that's still a bit of a pain point. But the water is moving. Let's just make sure that there's no choking. Like down here. Let's get the stupid wall out of the way. Oh, I can't. I need that wall. Make sure you're a 4. You're a 4. Okay, everyone's doing their thing there. You are loading up your water containers. You were loading up your water containers. So are you. So are you. These walls definitely do not need to be here anymore. Okay, they'll eventually get caught up. And we are definitely, yeah, so we're getting continually stronger. Okay, so complete and utter redirect of what I was going to be doing today. I am going to definitely have to run around for some more hard drives. Polymer. Yeah, so this is the recipe I need, which I do not have yet. No, I need the heavy oil residue. So I need to go run around, find this recipe. These guys are out in the wild somewhere. That way I can then get this thing onto this proper, at least without having to dump a bunch of rubber, get the increased amounts of polymer resin. Using the rubber system, I don't think is doing me any good. I need more output from them. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go collect some more hard drives, which is running around the field, which I will do on my own. I won't force you guys to have to drag along with that. So I'm going to call it early today. We kind of got something accomplished. It's all coming online. At least I'm out of the danger zone. I've got back to having a 2 megawatt surplus. It's a 2 megawatt, or is it a 2000 megawatt? What is our power scale here? So yeah, I'm getting up to to almost 2,000 megawatts of excess, which is good, because that'll let me ride out getting the next phase. I still want to get the rest of this power plant. I guess I'm just going to kind of convert back to my good old standard one. Yeah, I might even be tearing all of this out again, but I won't drag you through that, guys. So I'll have to make some decisions. I'll have to figure some stuff out. It all really boils down to is finding that polymer residue. I can't go back to my original plan. I really, really, really want to until I get the next tier unlocked, which I need to get the power for. So, you know, it's always that give and take when it comes to this game, especially in this kind of mid-tier level, right? One needs the other, but there's a lot of self-reliances that go on, which you have to juggle. But I think that is gonna do it for today. At least we got something. Like I said, we got our power. These guys will run. They'll get caught up on things. So that is going to be a shorter session today, shorter than I'd like, but it is what it is. So guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it when you stop by and visit with me for a little while. If you like what I'm doing, maybe think about hitting the like button. If you're not subscribed, maybe kind of think about it. If you want a chance to support the channel like Lee Barron as a channel member, you can use the link in the description or hit the join button below. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Be good out there. Have yourself a great day. Until next time, bye-bye.